Thank you very much. Senator Reid.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Lohmeier, you posted the following on your X account on October 19th, 2024. If we are fortunate enough to see a Trump presidency once again, then there will be serious consequences for those senior leaders who have broken their oath, betrayed the trust of the American people, and participated in the hyper-politicization of the uniformed services. And let me tell you about one such officer who still serves. Ms. Lohmeier, what did you mean by serious consequences for these officers, many who are still serving and would be serving in the Air Force?
Thank you for bringing this up, Senator. I share your concern for and commitment to ensuring that we've got a relatively apolitical military workplace. It was one of the driving, motivating factors prior to my separation from service in the fall of 2021 for the things that I wrote and spoke about. I was never publicly critical of my chain of command. I was never publicly critical of my senior leaders while I served in the uniform of my country. As you mentioned, that post was put on X in my private capacity as a private citizen in 2024. I've been out of uniform for the past 4 years nearly, and have rather enjoyed my ability to speak freely and express a full range of the expression of my ideas on platforms such as X. However, I'm very committed, and if confirmed, very committed to making sure that we eliminate political distractions from the military workplace. Our service members and the American people truly deserve the opportunity to serve in a nonpartisan military workplace. And what I meant by the statement was that I believe that a Trump presidency or a Trump administration would take accountability very seriously. We wouldn't overlook that kind of partisan politicization of the military workplace that I believed we had experienced in the past years.
Do you commit then to not take any action against any individual, military or civilian, who carried out DOD policy and regulations or implemented any laws enacted by Congress?
Senator, I think I heard all of the question. I missed probably part of it, but the tenor was that asking of me a commitment to not hold certain leaders accountable who were following the law or implementing policy. And in that vein or that spirit or in principle, I'm only interested in holding people accountable who don't follow the law and who don't honor their oath to the Constitution, which I take very seriously. Again, I'm very interested in nonpartisanship from our uniform wearers in particular, and giving the right to the American people to entertain their partisan arguments. But I have no vindictive spirit. I'm not interested in retribution, but I am interested, if confirmed, in looking forward and making sure we have proper accountability and high standards in the Department of the Air Force.
Then you disavow the statement you made in October 2024 saying if Trump takes over, there will be consequences for people. And most of the consequences, I assume, would be targeted at people who you were had differences with because of their support of the policies, including equity and other policies. Is that true? Or you were just making up all the stuff in your posts in the last several years?
Well, Senator, I'd love to look at the context of all of the statements that I've made, but I will make just one point that as I've considered and contemplated the path to confirmation or through the confirmation process, which I've taken very seriously, I very much had in mind the social media presence, podcast appearances, media appearances I've had for 4 years, and I've left every last jot and tittle of that up online and available because I'm very deliberate in what I choose to say. I believe in what I say, and I also reserve the right to be wrong about things and to change my opinion about things. But I have nothing to hide. I try and speak what I believe to be true, and I'm happy to be corrected about things in which I'm mistaken. But in principle, what I was intending to say in that post was that I believe accountability matters, and that's the spirit of what I was trying to get at. And if confirmed, I'd look forward to ensuring we've got a culture of accountability in the Department of the Air Force. That was not intended to be retroactive or retributional in nature, but simply intended to communicate that leaders who prioritize accountability and high standards will do the American people and service members a service by committing to that.
Well, I think we all want to see leaders who are accountable themselves and also the highest standards. But those standards have to be consistent with this country and the servicemen and women who serve. And they are come from, as I indicated, many races, many nationalities, different views, politically or otherwise. And the goal is, as you indicated, is an apolitical military force. Everything in that I've read in your book and everything else is far from apolitical. You've targeted individuals that you felt had, for political reasons, unfortunate views. And if you carry that attitude into your job, you'll cause great confusion in the Air Force and great animosity within the ranks, fear, et cetera. So thank you for your previous service. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, or Senator Cotton, are you in charge?